kiss and hug me. Come on, strong, go on and love me. Let's not waste that big old moon. Wake up and smell the perfume. Just say if you want to be more than friends.
Welcome everyone to another Social Web Cafe TV interview. And today we have the second annual Dragon Blogger Holiday Gift Guide episode. We have Justin Germino from Dragon Blogger, and he will be sharing his tips on technology gifts. So join us now as we talk to Justin Germino, the Dragon Blogger. Today we have Justin Germino from DragonBlogger.com. Welcome, Justin.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
And we did this last year, and this is so much fun. I'm hoping this is like an annual thing, your gift guide on technology gifts.
Yes. Well, people are always asking me this time of year on the fan page, what are good recommendations, and I'm always learning about new gadgets and toys that the kids are into, and it changes every year. Technology just, evolves so rapidly. So I figured I can give a guide out there, give people some recommendations on what's hot, what's not. For those who haven't been paying attention to social media, there's a lot of items that are really big this year.
I know last year, now I don't remember specifics, because see, that's how much what you said last year, Justin, like kind of embedded into my psyche, because I know after our chat, it was like I was all over the place, getting gadgets and things just from the interview. So definitely it made a difference in our Christmas shopping. So, and we were just talking about how fast the year's gone by. I can't believe it's been a year since the last interview.
I know.
A lot has changed.
Yeah, actually, not so much change on my side. It's been pretty much the same. I'm just keeping up with product reviews, testing out new technologies. It's hard as a technology blogger. Yes, last month's information is useless, so you got to constantly be churning out new material, keeping tabs on everything new that's coming out, review the stuff as soon as it comes out, because 6 months from now, the next version is going to be out and it's useless. So
I hadn't thought of that, because even in the social media end of it, I mean, some of the, so you write, how to do this in Facebook, some of that is still relevant a little later. I didn't know that in technology.
Yeah, when I do WordPress stuff, blogging things, affiliate marketing, that stuff will stand the test of time for at least a couple of years. So strategies that you write about today will be valid a year from now. But in technology, it doesn't work like that with devices. Yeah, occasionally, I'll do how-to articles on older gadgets, and then people will buy devices, or several years from now, they'll find out how to fix something or how to upgrade an iOS or something like that. So, but in general, though, you got to keep fresh and constantly churning out new content.
That makes sense. That makes sense. All the reason why this video is so important, so that everyone can find out what's relevant for this holiday season.
That's right.
So with that, let's jump in. You have a list of gadgets that you want to recommend. Do you want to start with the kid gadgets?
Sure. I'll start with the kids for all the parents out there. Most undoubtedly, you heard that the Xbox One released last Friday, with the PlayStation 4 releasing the Tuesday prior. And those are the biggest gaming consoles. There hasn't been a gaming console refresh in about 8 years since the Wii U came out last year. And even though that's the next-gen technology, it's not really up to par with the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. Both have their pros and cons. Both had a little bit of a lower software titles at launch, and had some glitches for a few customers at day one, which upset the people who were waiting in line for 22 hours to buy it. But in general, they both are highly praised, and they introduced something new in this platform of gaming, which we're starting to see a trend of. Bloggers have been talking about vlogging and video content for years, but both consoles now allow live streaming while you play the game to Twitch TV or other live streaming channels. This allows you basically to become a gamecaster, which is a vlogger or a podcast that does video. And we're starting to see this trend on the rise dramatically. And now it's just going to be taking over gaming. So this is something to watch out for parents. Know that your kids are going to be using Gamecasting. They're going to be recording themselves. If they use the the Kinect on the Xbox One, they're going to be on video. They're going to be on the internet. They're going to be streaming live. So be aware that the social media aspect of these games also allows them to communicate on social media while they play without exiting the game, and it's all integrated now. I read one article that said that the Xbox One is the ADHD dream. You basically do 10 things at the same time and talk to your console and have it bring up things. You could tweet while you're gaming, record yourself. So, you're starting to see a lot more kids putting their stuff online, putting their personalities online, and that's a definite plus in getting kids used to talking online, showcasing presentations. But, that comes with a con. People can be fresh. People can be, not so smart about what they put online, put themselves in risky situations, things like that. So definitely something to be aware of as parents.
And that's good that you brought that out, because I agree with you. I think it's good that the kids are learning how to do that. But as a parent, I want to know if my child is doing that.
Yeah, exactly. And there's already been some hubbub about, some stuff that shouldn't be online that's already online with these channels, some accounts getting banned and things like that. You know.
Now, how does that work as far as game casting? Does that show them their face, and are they able to talk as they're playing, and it shows the person, or does it show what they're playing, or how does that?
It depends on if they have the camera connected. Obviously, with the Xbox One, the Kinect camera is part of the console, so they can choose to broadcast their little face box at the bottom with it, or they can just use headphones and just have a voice and showcase the gameplay online. The PlayStation 4 is pretty much the same way. If you have the eye camera accessory, you can do face, but typically it doesn't come with it bundled unless you buy the more expensive bundle. So it's just going to be your voice and your chat and your gameplay while you're playing.
The Hangouts, where we have sometimes we have, I call it the YouTube room, and we go in and watch a YouTube, and no one else can see the YouTube that we're actually watching, so you just see deadpan faces as we're watching the YouTube. It's similar where you have the little box where you can see them concentrating as they're playing the game.
Yeah, and in some cases it is like that. There's others where it'll actually just open up the the living room, and you could turn the entire element of your living room into a play area and create virtual objects that you manipulate, in your living room on the camera. That's a Xbox One feature.
Wow, so I got to go get Xbox for me so I can go play that. That sounds fun.
My kids still love the Wii U. Overall, for family-friendly entertainment, even though the Wii U is last year's console, Super Mario 3D just came out for it, and there's still a lot of really great games. Rayman Legends, as a family-friendly console, the Wii U is still my favorite, only because they make a lot of great family-friendly titles. They still have the Nintendo brand, the Mario, the Zelda. The new Zelda game is excellent, I hear. I haven't gotten it yet. So I still have a Wii U in my house because I have a 7-year-old. My oldest kid's obviously gravitated. He wants the PS4, and he wants Assassin's Creed Black Flag and everything else coming out for that.
I remember playing Zelda years ago. I mean, that's been around for a really long time.
Oh, yeah.
If I remember.
Yeah, Mario and Zelda, oldest Nintendo property.
Our family still plays, what is it, Adventure Island, or I don't know what it's called on Wii, as far as all the different little games and things like that. So it's a great family night.
Oh, Adventureland, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is, Adventureland. Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. See, I told I'm not. That's why you're here, because you know this stuff better than I do. Yeah. Anyway, okay.
So as far as kid stuff, there's tons of choices of games for their console. Skylanders, Swap Force. Disney Infinity is unique. Disney finally brought in their own kind of interactive action figures with games. So you basically buy the lineup of Disney characters, you put them on this gamepad, and it'll read in that character and make them show up in the game. And they kind of create this sandbox game where you pretty much can create anything you want, any environment. You can buy the Jack Sparrow character, you can buy any one of the Disney property characters that are available, put them in the game, create your own adventures, create your own stories. It's really cool. It takes it one step further than Skylanders, which is where you have kind of a linear story, but you can put your action figures in the game. This allows you to make up your own games, make up your own kind of rules, and even interact with others online. So Disney Infinity's got a lot of press this year. It looks pretty interesting.
Wow. Now, does that help them as far as kids that want to become game developers? Is that a way that they can kind of craft their ideas?
Well, some of these games have a little bit of I guess for object-oriented programming, the object of and putting things in places, and some of them have limited scripts you can run, kind of like pre-generated scripts and routines that execute based on triggers and actions. But I wouldn't say we go into a hardcore game program, but definitely get them in the concept. I mean, when you got to create action triggers, character does X to trigger action Y, things like that, that gets them in the concept, thinking about how to create, routines and stuff like that. Just, goes at obviously a much grander scale. Now it takes, other than the indie games which come out, and there are a lot of great ones, a lot of the big time games have $100 million plus budgets, have developed, thousands of people working on it, from the developers to the artists to the sound producers to the QA validators. I mean, they're huge enterprises now, a lot of these big box video games.
Well, and probably just, not to digress, I know we're talking about Holiday Guide here, but even it's for kids that are interested in going and making the big bucks making games, the fact that they're playing them as kids helps them to understand the user interface. So that's another reason why kids should play games.
Yep. So another thing that's both a gaming device and big this season is, of course, tablets. They continue to grow and become more popular every year, and just about every company that makes tablets released their new lineup for 2013. This started with Google releasing its new Nexus 7 in July, I think it was, and their new Nexus 7's really, really nice hardware, a quad-core Snapdragon processor. It's just really, really powerful. Then the Kindle Fire released their new HDX, which just, it uses mostly the same hardware as the Google Nexus 7, but amps it up a little further, slightly more powerful GPU, slightly faster Snapdragon processor. Amazon redid the entire carousel engine. The HDX is really a nice product. In fact, my kids have a first generation Kindle Fire, and for this Christmas, I bought them each a Kindle Fire HDX as a Christmas present. They don't know about them yet. I'm preloading.
I was going to say, what if they see the video?
No, they're still in school. I'm preloading software on them.
Right.
I'm gonna get them all set up with like 100 games or so and things like that. So there's a lot of cool features with the you get with the Amazon Kindle Fire, and that's why I kind of prefer, for kids, I prefer the Kindle Fire HDX versus the free open Google Play App Store, because there's a lot of malware, a lot of bad content on Google Play. You get the openness of full Android, but you also have the risks that come with it. Amazon is a little more restricted. They have to proof their apps that go in the store. It's a little more controlled. That's why I like the Kindles for kids. Of course, the iPad came out with the new Air, which is just fantastic. It's the smallest, leanest, lightest tablet in its size ever made. It really is a piece of engineering and a nice piece of work. And they released the Mini Retina. But of course, I'm also budget conscious. And so while Apple has the iTunes Store, and my kids all like the iTunes Store and they use my iPad, you can get 2 Nexus 7s or 2 Kindle Fire HDXs for one, iPad Mini Retina. So I go for bulk where I can when you have 2 kids.
Well, that makes sense. I love Apple. We have everything Apple, but yeah, for kids, it makes sense if you want to buy quantity.
Well, they'd be fighting over one iPad Mini, or they can have a Kindle Fire HDX each. So I decided to get them one each instead of fighting over a Mini.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then, I put together some just overall peripherals, things that that anybody could use. Obviously, 4K televisions are just now starting to be big, even though there's not a lot of 4K video content for them yet. That's like the next generation of HD with about twice the resolution of the current 1080p. And we'll start seeing a lot more of that in the next couple of years. That'll become real big. Right now, you'd be surprised, but they've come down in price to about between $2,500 and $3,500 for 55-inch 4K TVs. I wouldn't get one at this time because there's just not enough produced video content for it. Until Netflix and Amazon Video on Demand and these internet streaming companies start producing, 4K streaming content, I'm really not going to get into it, because I really don't see 4K players being that big. There's one company that makes 4K player, and it doesn't use discs. It does streaming as well, but until the big boxes start producing online 4K streaming, I just don't see a reason to get a 4K TV just yet. Except if you're a gamer and you need a 4K monitor and you really want to have that resolution.
And you have the money to spend the $2,500 to $3,500 for that extra. It's just, by the way, that will also create more jobs for cosmetologists potentially, because at 4K, I'm thinking like a woman here, but I mean, oh my goodness, you can see everything on that. You better have some good makeup.
Yeah, I can imagine, because my, at 2560 resolution, my PC monitor screen, my icons are like the size of like pinky nails. Imagine how small your icons are on a 4K resolution TV.
Exactly.
You almost need the magnifying feature built in where you touch your screen, you just like see larger icons to know what you're pointing at. Then of course, peripherals. I tried to put up a list of things that help bloggers out, or anybody who does webcams, interviews, things like that. I personally like the Logitech C920 webcam. I think it's about the best value webcam you can buy for a PC right now. A good price for it. One of my favorite microphones is the Blue Yeti USB mic. Really powerful microphone. Really.
I'm agreeing so far, by the way.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then, of course, I really like the Logitech Wireless H800 headset. If you need to be on conference calls 8 hours a day like I am, and you use Skype or you use Magic Jack or anything else to talk online, you want a comfortable headset. You want something that you can wear for hours without tiring out your ears or causing that compression to the side of your head. And the Logitech H800 is a pretty good choice. Although it took me a while to get used to doing phone calls. Right, I'm always used to one earbud in one ear, and not hearing like conference calls with 2 ears. So you get used to the binaural sound of hearing people on a phone with both ears. It's something that takes some getting used to.
That's kind of cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
Except if your kids or your wife is trying to talk to you, and then does that block it out? I have like noise canceling, so I can't hear anyone talk to me when. It
does, but I tend to like when I'm typing or I'm talking or I'm blogging, it's hard for me to focus on 2 conversations at the same time anyway. And then, of course, for those who have smartphones, whether it's an iPhone 5S, of course, is the popular item. Samsung released their Galaxy Note 3 this year and their Galaxy S4 this year. And, of course, the new smartwatches are becoming all the rage. The Galaxy Gear, which complements the Note 3, came out. I tested and reviewed one of the early smartwatches, the IM smartwatch back in the day, and I saw potential for the devices, but I wasn't as hooked on them as some people may be. If you're somebody who's on the road a lot or you're running, the idea to talk into your watch on your phone or answer your calls by pressing a button on your watch, your smartwatch is kind of convenient. But overall, they didn't impress me at the time. They were sluggish and responsive. The new ones are a lot better. They're fitting the process just to be a little faster. But and I hear the Note 3 and the Galaxy Gear pairs really well. I haven't had a chance to test it out or review it yet, though. Maybe Samsung will send me one.
That'd be good. Now they'll watch the video now, and they'll be sure to want to send you that.
So that's pretty much my roundup on what's recommended this year. Of course, there's gadgets for everybody. Pay attention to Amazon's Black Friday deals and Gold Box deals. You get some really great deals there. Newegg is a great place for tech stuff too, if you're looking for great deals. Pay attention to Target and any of these places that produce specials. A lot of times you can get stuff online. You don't have to avoid the lines. I did the Black Friday shopping thing years ago. Got up at 3 a.m. and got mauled at a Walmart one time. It's not pretty. Now I just do almost all my shopping online. Seriously.
I have a story. I can't do justice. Like a neighbor, he said, I'm not doing the Black Friday. I'm not doing any of this stuff. He was driving home. There's some television. He thought, oh yeah, I should get that for the family. And I don't know. Long story short, he's standing in this line, and this two children in front of him had to go to the bathroom. And instead of losing their spot, the mother said, just go in your pants. And we're not talking diaper. We're just. And he says, you know what? I don't need the television that bad. He left, but he writes it up so much better. But every time I think of that and think about long lines, I'm like, okay, at what cost? Because I really don't want to have that experience.
Yeah,
it's like, I don't want to shop there anymore.
That's why I'm not one of those people who stick out a tent in front of Best Buy and wait for a next gen console, and things like that. Or delays people wait for an iPhone. They'll wait 3 days and they'll have a tent and they'll rotate people and holding their line or things like that. There are people who wear adult diapers and wait in line for 40 hours. And that's crazy.
Goodness.
I've taken it to obsession levels. Yeah. I'm a gadget geek, but I'm not at that level.
Yeah. That's good. You're balanced.
Yeah, that's right.
Now, free shipping. Newegg used to have free shipping. Do they still have free shipping?
Yes, typically most of these companies do. If there's over $50 and cost, a lot of times they'll get shipping. Of course, I've got Amazon Prime, so everything's free shipping from Amazon all the time, not just on the holiday rush. Which Amazon Prime is a really great service.
I have that too. I used to always time everything. It's like, okay, go throughout the house and say who wants something on Amazon so I can place the order. And now it's so convenient with Amazon Prime to just place the order, get it.
Yep, and Amazon's starting to work on a special Sunday delivery schedule where they could start delivering packages on Sundays too. Yep.
Other than courier, how are they going to...
Free for Prime customers. They're working on a deal with, I think, was it USPS? I don't want to say the wrong company, but they're working on a deal to have free deliveries on Sunday for Prime customers. Yep.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm watching for that.
It was in the news. I saw it on CNN the other day.
That's really good. Now, didn't they send out? I thought I got an email, something about Amazon with some $1,000 or some kind of giveaway, something.
Yeah, they're doing a $1,000 Amazon credit giveaway, a gift card giveaway, and so there's 1 million people who are going to sign up, so your odds are better to win the Powerball practically. But it's worth going for. Or the other thing too is I'm actually giving a $500 Amazon gift card away on Dragon Blogger for the month of November. Somebody on December 1st is going to win that choice. I also am starting up, like I did last year with the 10 days of giveaways. This year I decided to do 12 days of giveaways, for the 12 days of Christmas.
Okay, that makes sense.
Starting Black Friday, we're giving away a new product every single day in a giveaway that starts. And, the prices are a secret. They're going to be all tech related typically, things like that. But I'm working with sponsors on narrowing down the final ones. But we got some good stuff we're giving away this year for people who need something last minute.
Excellent. Where do people find the information? I mean, obviously dragonblogger.com, but is there our
Facebook? I do a lot of communication on my Facebook page now. On Dragon Blogger Tech on Facebook, we have about 15,000 subscribers and fans now, and I engage with the fans all the time. I have conversations that can go, 50, 60, 120 comment threads that go on, and sometimes I can lose way too many hours a night just talking to the fans on the Dragon Blogger page. And so I usually give heads up on the giveaways. I let them know the events coming up, things like that. So that's the quickest way. If you don't want to wait for the RSS feed to come in the mail, the Dragon Blogger Tech fan page is the easiest way to know what's going on and see it in your page feed updates and things like that.
Excellent. And guys, if any of you don't know Justin Dragonblogger, he is so efficient with his time. He holds a full-time job. He's a husband. He's a father. And somehow he is everywhere on the internet and these 100 comment per post on Facebook. So I told you that last year, I've always been amazed at how you balance.
It's weird because I practice not doing automation, especially in social media. I try not to do automation in social media, but like it or not, I schedule a lot of my content on Hootsuite, on Gremlin, and I do a lot of automation where I can, because I do have a day job, an 7 to 4, 8 to 5 job. So I do have to do a lot of my social media communication, a lot of my blogging in the after hours. I occasionally get a lunch break, to do it here or there. So I deal with a lot of automation. I deal with a lot of, when I get a break, doing a quick check here or there, and, just scheduling. And my crowd lately that follows me is so international. I've got so many followers and fans in India and Pakistan and all around the world that my night is their day. So I'm always conversing with somebody online at the same time. It really is a global market. And yeah, unfortunately, blogs are like tribbles in my house, because I'm up to managing 7 of them right now. So.
Did you say tribbles?
Yeah, I did say tribbles.
I love it. It's scary. I know what you're talking about. So.
Yeah.
Right, I am a geek, I admit it. Hey, thanks, Justin, so much for sharing the holiday guide, the gift guide. And guys, find him at dragonblogger.com, and I can talk, dragonblogger.com, and also, like you said, Dragon Blogger Tech on Facebook. Is that correct?
That's right.
Okay, excellent. And thank you. We'll have to do this every year. You know that, now that you...
Sounds fun. It's becoming a tradition.
Exactly. Second annual.
That's
all right. Catch us online. We'll post an article, and you'll be able to... the details.
Don't you wanna kiss and hug me? Come on strong, go on and love me. Let's not waste that big old moon. Wake up and smell the perfume. Just say when, if you wanna be more than friends. Got some love I'd like to make. Baby, you can squeeze me, I won't break. We could be in a paradise, you and me. Until then, I'll remind you again. Just say when. Oh yeah, until then, I'll remind you again. Just say when. Oh baby, just say when.